Hi everyone. So my Estarli has done about 1,000 miles now, and one of the things I notice is that the brake lever goes out of adjustment. Now you're having to put it further and further in before the brake bites. Now it is tempting to adjust these little barrel adjusters here, but that's not really the right tool for doing that. Apparently that's really for adjusting it when you change the cable, when the cable's built up a little bit of slack. In this case, it's the pads have worn down, and I've certainly found that riding around in London, you're having to brake a lot at traffic lights, etc. So I'm using the brakes more than I would on the mountain bikes, ironically. Now looking here, I can see the brake pads are quite worn. They're close to their 1mm limit. But I think what I'll do for the moment is just adjust them, and I've got some replacements I can put in shortly. So the way these cable operated disc brakes works is when you pull the lever, pulls this, and this, as you can see, is rotating and then pushing in the brake pads, which are squeezing against the disc. But that's only squeezing one side. There's an adjuster on this side that we can screw inwards to fill in some of that spare space. So here's the adjuster. It needs a 5mm Allen key, but notice this very small hole here. This is another smaller Allen key. So this adjuster won't screw in unless you undo this small Allen key. And this is undoubtedly here to prevent this undoing and possibly falling out while you're riding. This appears to be a 1mm. So I'll just back it off a little bit just so that the adjuster can turn. 5mm Allen key in the adjuster and screw that in. And if I back it off a bit, now it moves a lot less. Yeah, so there's a bit of rubbing there. I might actually leave it at that because I haven't adjusted the position of this brake caliper since it was new. I better remember to tighten up this Allen key. Sorry, this grub screw with the 1mm Allen key so that that adjuster doesn't fall out. But because I pushed it in this way, it now means it's off centre, which means that it's one side of the disc is rubbing permanently and there's a gap the other side. So we need to centre this up. So I'll loosen up these bolts. Right, that's now loose. See it wiggling around. So if I apply the brakes, it should be forced to centralise, and I can now tighten these bolts up again. Yeah, that looks a lot more central. And the brake lever movement is a lot shorter. Now I can do the same for the back wheel as well, and usefully I haven't had to fiddle about taking the wheels off to do this. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. When I do shortly have to replace those brake pads, I'll do a video of that as well.